Okay guys, and today I want to bring you to this series of videos where I am going to be showing you how I organize and declutter the different areas that I have designated for our homeschool. If you notice, I work outside, we do a lot of car schooling, but we do homeschool here in our home. I decide to stay truthful to myself. If something I learned from the previous year was the fact that I rush through things, and I decide to be a little bit more calm this year. So we're moving our first day a little bit ahead so we have the time to organize, declutter, and have a clean canvas for the beginning of our homeschool year. I decide to do this because I want to have my stress level low. I want to have more time for bonding and less worrying about the things that I have to do around the house as well. So you see me that I am going to be decluttering pretty much the entire house, just going little by little, step by step. If you haven't seen those curriculum videos yet, it's because of that reason I decided to take my time and move that start or beginning date for a later time during the month of August. I am looking to see if we're going to be starting on September or if we're going to start by the end of August. I just want to tell you as well that I will be showing you a series of videos where you're going to see me planning, and you're going to see me how I am organizing the schedule that I am going to have, the routine that we're going to be creating. So you will eventually receive those videos, but I would like to stay truthful to myself and just showing you guys and presenting you guys in the order in which I like to do things. I didn't want to just rush to try to present something to you guys just to present you with that, because that will not be helpful to you guys, especially if you're new as a homeschooler and you're watching these videos. I want you to have a pretty good idea on how you can do things that will facilitate your homeschool year. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And it is the turn of our dining room table. I am just decluttering, undusting, getting things ready. I have a pile of books that you can see on your left that will be for donation. I have as well a pile that will be for sale. You guys cannot see it, but it is right there. And some of these books and things that I have on top of the table as well are books that I grabbed and took away from other areas in our home that we are no longer going to be using, or that we are going to be using at some point, but it's not going to be this year, or we might use this year but not all of them. So I just have them in there. I am going to as well undust them and put them in the areas that I have already designated for them. Taking the time to declutter will allow me to concentrate and focus on what we really need to be doing during this homeschool year. We are going to have a late start to our homeschool, and I will be talking about that at some point in my next videos. This will be a series of videos where I am going to show you how I declutter, obviously in a logical way, what makes sense for me to be doing when we are decluttering and cleaning and just getting ready for our new homeschool year. I would like to have a peace of mind when we are doing homeschool, so making sure that things are clean and organized are very important for me. It will help me and allow me to have a full concentration on what we need to be doing, which is homeschooling. Now you see me organizing these books right here in this basket. I am just making sure that everything is in a way that we can just get easy, that we don't have to be just looking around. Some of the books that are currently in here are books that we're doing and using currently during the summer, and I will be showing you guys eventually that, but some of them will be going out of this basket just to give a space to the new one. I have Max in here. We use this little monkey for our All About Reading. The rest of the books that you're going to be looking at are pretty much books that we use for Bible, or that we have in here that we're going to be using for Bible. I am showing you as well the case of my glasses, more books for Bibles, hymns, books, songs for Bible as well. If I could ask God anything, that's something that we're using during the summer. It's a really good book, and I just wanted to show you guys that. This is a book in Spanish for Bible. We are going to be using that eventually. As well, we continue using these morning starters, more books for Bible songs, key truth that we are going to be taking off, as well as that grammar book we are going to continue using. They just have rhymes and simple stories that I like to read to my kid, especially when it is night. Usually we don't do a morning basket, we do more of a night basket. That's when I just read aloud to him and we have that time of bonding. Even though we are with each other pretty much the entire day because I take him with me to my work, is something that is good, and I am thankful to God that I am able to do. Here I am organizing these chargers for our electronics. That is very important. I do keep them in that basket because it's easy for us to find when we need them, and that's what you're going to see me right now organizing. I like to have as well in this area because we do a lot of the materials. Once I get my break here on our dining table, is our electronics there waiting for us on top of the table every morning. I just like to have them and place them in there because I know that at some point we're going to be using them. We do the app for the All About Reading. We are on All About Reading level 4. That's what we're going to continue doing, so you have a hint on what we're going to be using next. All About Reading is one of those materials that we're going to continue using. As well, it's easy for him if he needs to do something by using the tablet, so it is ready for him. He doesn't have to waste time, and I don't waste my time just looking for things that we know already that we're going to be needing for the subjects that we're going to be doing during the rest of the homeschool year. Now that I am placing these in the other room, I will be showing you guys one of the books that has been so helpful to me, and this is Homeschool Planning Your Homeschool Year by Year, as well as the notebook that I use to plan everything. I start already. I am not going to deny that I start already, but I haven't been as focused on planning because I want to focus on actually cleaning and decluttering all the spaces that we're going to be using for homeschooling. That's my priority, and that is what I am going to be focusing these entire weeks. As well, I would like to clean the closets. That is something that I have been procrastinating for quite a while. It's just removing all the materials because I know we have materials there that we're no longer going to be using, that we're no longer going to be needing, and that needs to be out of the house in order to create a space for the new materials. I still think that I will have to add eventually something to keep us organized, which is something that I didn't like, because I feel that the more you keep on adding, the more you keep on saving things that you really don't need in your home. But I am just thinking and just throwing that idea out there that I probably will need something else to add into my home to keep things flowing and keep them organized. I will eventually add either a bookshelf or something I will be adding eventually that will keep helping us organize. But as of right now, I am trying as much as I can to just free some space for us to accommodate those new materials, and as well just to make sure that things are flowing well. So many papers and materials that I want to keep, but as well I want to get rid of them. If you notice, I am just accumulating all the materials that are for story, science. I am about to show you some materials that I use for science. This science unit that I am showing you is a science unit that we did in regards to bees, the works of the bees, and how bees create their beehives, just related to honeybees. And we had a lot of fun, and that is something that I really forgot to share here on my channel, how much fun we have with that unit, as well how I gather that information. I eventually would like to share that with you guys because it was a fun unit, and actually my son wants to create it again. I am showing you the different papers that I have in here, different sizes of papers, and we got confused with those papers when we were doing IW. When we tried to do the portfolio, we had different type of papers inside that portfolio. So just make sure that if you're buying are purchasing paper from different companies, make sure that they are the same size, because if not, you're going to have the same issues I had with our paper. And once you're going to create that portfolio, you're going to see the different sizes of paper that you're going to be having in that portfolio for you to present to your evaluator. Now you're seeing me finishing gathering all the things that I have left on top of the table to be able to just start cleaning and wiping the table clean the way I want. I am going to as well organize the caddy that we have in the middle there. We have a lot of pens that were not working. I made sure that I took care of that prior I start this video because it was going to take forever. As well, I make sure that all the pencils and markers that were no longer working, I was just making sure that they were out of there, out of our caddy, and we've been using our caddy like that. But it is time to clean it. It is time to organize the markers, pens, and everything in a way that will be more helpful to us. As well, I am eventually going to change and add the new things that we're going to be adding to this caddy, so you're not seeing that on this video. You will see that on my part 3 of this series of videos. In case you were wondering why I am not adding anything as of right now, is because of that. I'm almost about to finish with the caddy. I want to clean everything very well inside because if you notice, it was dirty. You can notice that. Here I am showing you what we have in our caddy, our therapeutic, some washi tape, cards, pencils, color pencils, dry erase markers, pens, our staple, glasses. I am going to show you the donation pile, which is that whole pile right there, as well a teacher guide right there. We have the sale pile. I have there our All About Reading Level 3 and some of the books that we're going to be selling as well. Already ready. Now we're going jumping towards the closet. I already cleaned those 2 containers with a set of drawers. I have teacher guides there as well as paper, my IW training, a bunch of materials as well on top of our closet. I already organized the bottom part. I decided to just skip all of that and not to show you that because it was going to take so long. So I am just organizing this top shelf. It's a really good shelf because if you notice, it's holding our Play-Doh teacher training as well as our acrylic paint and Crayola tips markers. We have our line paper in here. I made the mistake to purchase a lot of those line papers, so now I have like 4 packages of more of line paper. So that is something that I have to be careful this year, not purchasing out of the blue with no count of what I am spending on certain materials, not repeating them pretty much. So I am just trying to accommodate things because if you notice, that shelf has a hole where things tend to slide, which is something that I don't like at all, but I have to work with it. It's been very helpful and I would like to continue with this shelf in here. It's holding very well the Play-Doh and it's something that I like and my kid likes as well because he can find everything so easy and it's really good for us, especially inside this closet, just keep things organized. In those plastic drawers that you can see, I have the decorations for Christmas as well as my teacher guides that I am no longer using, but I would like just to keep them in case if they ask us for proof. It's just right there. This is the set of drawers that I removed from my bedroom. Those are holding materials, new materials, old materials that I think we are going to be able to use again. In these 2 set of drawers, I have as well supplies, toys, teacher guides, teacher materials, Christmas decorations, as well as more toys. I am just showing you guys that now. Here I have the Play-Doh, acrylic paint, brushes, as well the watercolor that we use for our projects. We have 3 set of line of Play-Doh. Is a whole box of Play-Doh there, divided in those 3 shelves. As well, I have the Crayola tips and the pens that we use for our projects. Those are glitter pens. We have our highlighters as well, chalk marker or craft marker. As well, I have the gold marker that I am about to show you. Those we use for our projects, and the pens that I just expressed to you guys that we use when we're going to do some projects and we want to have some glitter on them. I am showing you the top shelf and how I organize everything in that top shelf. And I am about to show you how everything ends up looking once it's clean. So you will see that now the table is all clean, all our areas and closet is all clean, ready for us to start. I will obviously wipe things down again once we are about to start our day for our first homeschool day. As well, I am going to be changing some stuff and I will be showing you guys that eventually. Now, as you can appreciate, the closet is completely clean and organized, and that's how I expect to keep it. I will eventually label everything and I will change some things in the closet as well. You will see that probably just once we're getting close to start our homeschool year, the beginning of the homeschool year for us. As well, you will see the other closet, how I organize everything. I just decided to skip that for you guys. So make sure that you hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I am going to be bringing in the next videos. I will see you then. Bye bye.